Today I'm joined by Andy and Callum Bruce from Grove Home Developments, and I'll let them introduce themselves and give a bit of background. So fire away.
Yeah, I'm Callum, this is Andy. Brothers and business partners. We're based over like Harpenden, Hertfordshire way. Simultaneously growing two property businesses at the same time. One land agency and one kind of investment and development arm. So I look forward to talking about it a bit more.
I first came across you two. I was introduced, or we met at an event probably now nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah.
And you hadn't done anything, wanted to. First of all, why?
Yeah, good question.
And two, if you answer like sort of dual question, why and how did you get into it?
So why did we want to get into property? We've always seen the value in property and especially holding property for the long term, which I'm sure most of your listeners will value and understand. So we wanted to get into it. We had family that have held property in St Albans. We've always seen the kind of value. Andy used to be a lettings agent, so he kind of brought the property experience. I'll let him touch on that. But he brought the experience, and then we came together. We obviously trust each other as brothers, so we thought we'd give it a crack.
Yeah, I suppose what we found is via the land agency, we were getting chunks of money, but they were quite sporadic. And we wanted something that eventually cash flowed us every month.
Explain to them your land.
Yeah.
So
the land agency, we help developers and investors find bits of land to build new build houses on or apartments. So
you were finding it and missing out.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So we were
Precisely,
we were taking an agency fee, which was good, but it wasn't repeating every month. So we wanted to find something where we could develop ourselves and have the cash flow each month.
So when I first sat down with you, from doing nothing, you decided to go full hog. Didn't go like for a little flip or anything. Full hog, HMO conversion.
Yeah, we thought we'd go in at the deep end.
Yeah,
we kind of had a discussion about this and kind of what strategy we wanted to do, and it didn't really excite us like the buy-to-lets, the single lets, and I'm sure it probably will do further down the line.
I'm not so sure in the current market.
Well,
but
TBC on that.
Yeah.
However, so we just thought we'd get straight into the HMOs really. We're obviously relatively young ourselves, early 30s, have found it hard to move out, and we thought, look, there's a bit of a gap between living in your family home versus paying council tax and all the electric, gas and everything like that on a flat. So the HMO market actually appealed to us away from the commercial side of it as well. We thought we'd invest in our local area. We didn't want to go miles up north or anything like that. We wanted to invest. So we invest in Luton. In
also, on that point, before you get in, I say not up north, you wanted to invest, but more importantly, you wanted hands-on because you've done the project. It's not something, you didn't buy a project off someone. You've actually gone full hog as well as work.
As well as work,
you're both employed.
We're both employed as well. That all fits into the mix. We both work at golf clubs. So it's a bit of a range between what we do, I guess. But we didn't want to be travelling up to Sheffield. You went to Sheffield Uni, I went to Lincoln. We didn't really fancy going up there. So Luton it was. We see a lot of value in Luton. I mean, as we mentioned, we've lived in Harpenden all of our life. We've played against football teams in Luton. We've seen the investment go into Luton, and we do strongly believe in it long term. And
it's the further investment going on now, isn't there? With the airport and new football ground, stuff like that.
So we basically went out there and found a 3-bedroom terraced house.
Well, hold on. How many projects did you look at first?
A few.
Yeah, probably. I was looking 30 houses at least.
Yeah,
I know. I remember the emails.
You were probably your worst client in terms of badgering.
No, it's good because it's what was nice for me is, and I mean it genuinely, is I saw where you were starting, and you didn't just jump in at the first one.
No,
you done a lot of research in the background. And I think it took quite a while even to secure the property once you found it. From memory.
We looked at all sorts really, and that kind of helped us like hone in. We knew the area that we wanted to be in. Always wanted to be in LU1. Always wanted to be kind of within a 20-minute walk of the station. It kind of honed in what we were looking for really. We looked at a variety of stuff, didn't we? Blimey.
And even the house that we eventually bought, we offered on it. We stuck to our numbers. the vendor went with another buyer.
Yep.
That fell out of bed, and then we came in again after they'd pulled out, and then we actually secured it slightly cheaper than what we first offered. So, just got to keep speaking to the agent. And
on that particular project, you also structured it uniquely. I will give you that, and then not in a bad way. I mean, and it's something that people should consider, because you had a certain pot to put in, but you used a family member's equity as a comfort to secure the money for the works.
Yeah.
Which obviously got redeemed when it was all finished. So, how did you approach the family member?
It's our mum, who's obviously very generous.
Shout out, mum.
Thankful to her. But I think it is definitely quite powerful for some people, because our mum's not really got loads of liquid cash, but she has, a house which is worth a decent chunk, mortgage free. So that can be used against as security.
I don't think people think of that.
No.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, we didn't really until it kind of came to it. And I guess it's kind of a conversation that we have daily now about bringing investment into our company, is that people invest in people that they know, love and trust, right? And hopefully our mum loves us. So she knows exactly what we're about.
She certainly trusted you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But if you can use it sensibly, I think it's definitely quite powerful. And like you say, not a lot of people know about it.
No, but to explain it a little bit more, it's like, the way I sum it up, it's like a working overdraft. You're securing it against, what you buy, plus a comfort charge on a family member's house, as we say, your mother's. And therefore we can leverage against that to give you the money, to give you the purchase and the works. And then when it's finished, that's redeemed, and obviously the mum's house is now mortgage free again. And then you can go again. And so it's like dipping into and out of an overdraft.
The good thing about it was that we got all of the money in one hit.
Tranche.
One tranche. So
rather than the drawdown facility, and you're not relying on anyone else. No delays. You don't have to wait for the asset manager, and
pay for that as well.
And pay every drawdown. So you got it all up front. You could have run off and had a good time.
Well, we did fancy Vegas actually, didn't we? But we got it all in one go, and that actually really helped with the builders as well. Like, they kind of trusted. We didn't have to have an asset manager, as you say, come out. We proved that we had it all in one go, and that was our first time working with those guys. And we built a really good relationship with them now, which is good. We're looking to get into more projects with them. It was definitely a learning curve, wasn't it, approaching mum on that.
But like I say, she wanted to help, but she didn't have the money just to go, there you go.
And you don't, I know she was part of it to start with on that one, but more importantly, she didn't have to take out a mortgage, was it? And payments and everything. It was just leveraging against it.
Well, she was very secure on, like, she didn't want to have another loan against her name or anything like that, or release equity, I think it was. Having like this second legal charge, I think it is, was a bit of a touch for us, really.
So moved on, you got the property. Start to finish, how long? From when you got the keys to finishing it?
So we got the keys on the 19th of January. Builders were in on the 20th of January. But then we didn't we did realise, but then we had to do party walls and all sorts. So we probably started 3 weeks after that. And then we finished, it was early September.
So late August,
And so 9 months. Or 8 to 9 months. What problems along the way?
Plenty.
That's one of the reasons there, because you started, you didn't have experience, you didn't have you had background in land and so on, but no background in converting a property. So it's good to hear the journey and mistakes. And I always say to anybody that does it, as long as it doesn't cost you long-term money, you learn from the make, that you won't repeat that.
We've seen it as a massive learning curve, haven't we, really? And it's not like we have made a few mistakes along the way, which were our own fault, but a lot of the other stuff was kind of beyond our control as well. So,
I mean, you're dealing mostly with Victorian terraces with this type of strategy because of the room sizes and the nice high ceilings. But the reality is a lot of these Victorian terraces are obviously very old and they have a lot of movement in them. So we had a crack right from the footings all the way to the roof in the party wall.
I hope your tenants aren't listening.
So all fixed
now.
So that obviously took, it had to be helibarred all the way from the bottom right to the roof. So that was,
structural engineer came out, didn't he? And
these would have been extra costs.
These are extra costs. We had to do all the floorboards again on the first floor because all the joists were all rotten. But this is only stuff that once you start taking off plasterboard and things like that.
You don't know till you start ripping it out. So what has that taught you for the next project? And what I mean is in terms of, say, contingency.
That is a big
extra checks you can make. Is there anything?
That is a big learner for us. Was that
we had a contingency, thankfully, and we were very lucky that we did have that. And I'd make sure that you definitely have one going 100%, forward. I mean, like I said, there's not a lot you can do until you start ripping it out. But just make sure you have a good team around you. I mean, we worked collaboratively to sort everything out. Which was good.
How did you fit all this in with jobs?
So we work Well, I mean, at that specific time with the crack, I was actually in America.
Right.
So this all fed onto Andy.
Yeah.
So
and I took a week off work because I was excited, and then I wish I was back at work, to be honest.
But so we work Monday to Wednesday at the golf clubs, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is kind of when we do our property stuff really full time. So obviously we did trust the builders, or we do trust the builders. So they had keys and everything like that. So they were going in and giving us videos of the big issues. We were always on hand on phone calls and stuff. So I think that's very important, and definitely a learner for us was having, it sounds so cliche, but like your team around you, your close team around you, you have to trust. Because we don't claim to know absolutely everything about finance, about building, about
you wouldn't have known
legals.
how to deal with a crack.
No, exactly. No. So we let on the structural engineer very heavily. And then the build team as well to kind of use their experience of HMOs if they've done that before. And luckily we got that sorted. But before that, I mean, a learner for me, there was a Saturday morning where we were dishing out the party wall awards, all the notices for next door. And I went in and spoke to next door, and she was lovely. She works for the local council. And she was like, I'm really appreciative of me coming round and saying who I was, just introducing myself really.
And telling her 6 tenants are moving in.
Yeah, because she said, I was afraid that we were going to get drug dealers in and all sorts. And we were like, no, this is for young professionals. We are, kind of the target market ourselves. And that really kind of put her mind at rest.
She came to look at it at the end, and she was like, "Oh, can I move it?"
Yeah, she loved it.
She was buzzing.
But the other side,
she could, and you could do hers.
And actually, also she did say, "Oh, we're going to be moving out in a few years' time, so we'll keep your details." So
that's right.
Yeah, so we need to run numbers on that one.
So when it was finished,
yeah,
how did you find the availability for tenants and that in the area? Because you'd done your research, you knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
Was it a problem renting out?
No, it was quite quick. The first room went pretty much straight away. There's always in these types of houses, there's always one room which is a little bit tricky in terms of layout, a little bit smaller. So that one did take a little bit longer. You obviously try and design it so you don't get that, but you always will just naturally sort of last on that.
Am I right from memory? And it is from memory.
Yeah.
You eventually got higher rents than you were originally expecting?
Yeah, so we appraised the deal based on market rent of £700 a room.
Yeah.
And then the gross rent that brings in that property is 4,825. So we've got our smallest room is kind of 8 square meters plus a 3 meter ensuite. That rents out for 775. We've got 2 of those rooms. We've got 2 rooms at 800, which are slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Then we've got one at 825 and one at 850, which is like the largest. 850.
While you're firing the figures at me, then, so what did you pay for it?
260.
And what was the end value?
530
in 9 months.
In 9 months, yeah.
Brilliant. So what after that? So now what?
We're looking for a flip. We're trying to look for something where we can create a bit of a cash pot again to fund one of these.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a flip ideally. Like we said, we've made a really good relationship with the builder. So
when you say flip, actually just do up and sell or convert.
Yeah, do up and sell. Yeah. That's what we're looking for really. And then just create a cash pot that we can use to buy another one of these HMOs.
You've also discussed with me also about a semi-commercial as well.
Yes, we are. So you're looking.
You're not turning away anything.
No. The mixed commercial really does appeal to us. We like like the idea of having a diverse portfolio long term. So having that kind of commercial element, as well as the idea would be a commercial unit on the bottom and an HMO on top.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of, now we've been through the journey of the HMO, we know how that works.
Which is good for cash flow.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
And you say flip is for the money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we'd probably do. We'd look for a flip first, and then we'd look for a semi-commercial for the next project.
So alternate.
Yeah.
We like the idea of having like a portfolio long term, but then also a big learner for us was having like a trading company as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's bringing in lump sums, whether you're doing sourcing, you're doing flips, whatever you're doing, just having that security of bringing in cash whilst parking cash as well is pretty important.
With that side of it, and you're looking for land,
yep,
not tempted for development yourselves?
Definitely, long term,
we will do, I think so. But again, we just want to build some experience first, start small, not open ourselves to too much risk, and go from there, really.
So with the HMO taking 8 to 9 months, have you found from getting keys, what would you be looking at on a flip to get it back on the market?
So we're actually just negotiating something at the minute. So touch wood, we get that one. But we're not looking to do this, not take ages over it, I guess. We're not looking for massive, but not have to go through planning or anything like that. So it's just cosmetic refurbs. But that one that we're looking at the minute, it won't take more than a month and a half to do up. So if we get something on probably a short-term bridge or something, we'd look for 6 months maybe bridge, something like that. And that'll be till the completion of the sale as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But as you say, we are very open to doing different things. We just
all in the same. You're still sticking to the same area. Even on the flip, you won't go outside of what you know.
I think you've got to play to your strengths, haven't you, really?
Yeah, I mean, we go further afield for the flip, I'd say. But in terms of the investment area, I think we will stick to Luton for now, for the short term at least.
And Dunstable, we like Dunstable as well as an area.
Yeah,
I think that's got some good value in it as well from the investment side.
So we'll wrap it up shortly, but with everything that you've gone through, and as first time converters or developers of that, each of you, so you can't answer the same.
Yeah.
If you're starting again, what's the best bit of advice you give them? You go first this time.
I think it goes back to creating a good team around you, and that includes everyone from finance right through to builders and and estate agents at the end.
You play right into his hands there. Right into his hands.
And I also don't like it when people say it, because you can't just go on Google and just find me a good team. So like how we did it for our builders, and how we did it for everyone really, is we went on recommendations. So we started with the architect, and we just saw who was getting PD for these houses in and around Luton.
So that's how you found them?
Yeah. So we saw who was getting these permissions. So we went to him, approached him. He then obviously went to his clients' projects whilst they're being built. So we said, look, who's a good builder for this type of stuff? And he introduced us to the builder, then their structural engineer. So he sort of had the team already.
You kind of created our team, didn't you, really, on the construction side?
Yeah.
And then
that's good, because they've obviously all worked together before.
Exactly.
So that's sort of that section.
Looked after it. So,
ring fenced.
Exactly. James, the architect, he went to school with the build team. So had like a really long-term relationship. Knew they worked on kind of stuff before. So
So we just went for recommendations really.
Perfect.
And if we was to do it again, that's what I'd do. Just see what you're trying to achieve.
And it also sounds like from what I know, the way that you've done it, with that team, you don't cut corners. Just to save a few quid, go and use a cheap builder. It might cost you a little bit more, but they deliver and deliver quality.
Exactly. And like I said, the architect had been to the other projects and had seen that it's done a good quality product. So that's what we wanted to achieve, really.
Great.
Yeah, we always knew that we're keeping that for the long term, didn't we? So we wanted to your point of cutting corners, it's not what we're about anyway, but in terms of keeping stuff long term, it's
Also, the quality then it makes it easier to let and keep the tenants, not just let, but they stay.
Our tenants. I mean, we've had one girl was actually moving out this month due to relocating to London. But apart from that, everyone seems really happy in the house, and they've built like a big part of the journey for me was to build. Everyone kind of throws around this like co-living type HMO brand, and that was something that really kind of struck for me personally. Like I like the idea. I created it at uni. I really got on with the boys that I live with. So that kind of struck a nerve for me, and wanted to, like, even little things, like, and it sounded stupid, but at Christmas time, they put up a Christmas tree, and I had a little bit of a celebration. I really like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry to cut in on
you're
your
not getting away with it.
You've
still got your
I'm just trying to think still.
Yeah, buying yourself time.
No, my point from the finance side is what kind of saved my mental health on the way through was that all of our interest was paid up front.
Yeah.
And I think that was, I don't know if that's because we were in a position where we could do that because of the house that we put behind it, but...
Well, no, majority of that type of funding, they either roll or retain the interest. So it is the thing. You do, on certain lenders, you do have the ability to service it, but then that's a monthly commitment you've got to meet on top of what you've got going on. So I would always recommend either retained or rolled, whichever suits you, and as long as there's enough in it, the rolled is the better of the two. But no, that gives peace of mind on it.
Exactly, peace of mind, and not thinking, oh my Lord, I've got to pay whatever X amount of thousand on a bridge each month. So if I could do it, or when we do it all again, we'll be getting rid of all the interest up front.
One last question, which is something I'm glad you brought up, and just ask your opinion on it, is that some people run scared of bridging.
Yeah.
What was your, before you'd done it, what was your opinion, and what's your opinion of it now?
I think it was used responsibly. It's a great tool. You know, we wouldn't have been able to do what we've done so far if we didn't use bridging. So as long as you surround yourself with good people and get some solid advice, then I think it's a great tool.
You didn't worry about having it once you got it?
No. I think, and again, going back to that, retained interest, I think that's probably why, because, we weren't seeing $3,500 every month coming out. It was, everything was taken up front, and it was just, just get on with it.
Perfect.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's obviously... It's a lumpy amount that you pay. There's no getting away from that. And I think
see, just so I cut in there. If you look at it on what you're looking to do next, the flip, and you turn around and say it's 6 months, okay, and you deliver, but you deliver in 4 months, it's not expensive.
No.
Don't get me wrong. No one. If I had all the cash in the world, I wouldn't have bridging. But it's there for what, if it's used for what it's done, for what it's meant for, it's a brilliant tool. If it's used and abused, i.e. you don't deliver, it's not the lender's fault, it's not the broker's fault, it's not the solicitor's or the architect's fault, it's the person that's not done their job.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, going through the whole process now, I think when it comes to our numbers, we're always looking at, GDV, automatically take off 75%, or sorry, take off 25%. If that number covers your bridge and all your gross money to go back to your bridging lender after 12 months, then I think that's something which we consider, like a good deal for us now.
It's a good start, at least.
Yeah, because we don't want to be appraising deals and thinking, we've got a 12-month term, but we have to be off this bridge within 6 months to make it all work. That's an absolute no-go.
You've got to build in the whole 12 months.
Exactly, Which is what people have come to us and said, like, what looks like or what is a good deal to you boys? And that's kind of what we discuss now, because we didn't really fully appreciate that probably at the start. But now, and we didn't get away with it. Obviously, we had our team around us that looked at the deal for it, like yourself, and looked at the deal for us, and we kind of known people that have done similar projects in the area, and they've got similar GDVs. Having that GDV kind of established before you actually put a spade in the ground is great. So yes, them little tips and tricks, I guess.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming along.
Thanks for having us.
So watch out for all our future episodes on all our normal social outlets.